So today's session is all about Azure Speech Service, which is one of the service offered by Azure AI, Azure in AI space. Okay. Now, first of all, thank you, Nandi, and Pune Tech Community, moderators for accepting my request to share my knowledge in this Azure Space Service. So I'm honored to, and an honor and thrilled to be a part of this community. So if you had been here, I have already given a couple of sessions to taken a couple of sessions in Pune Tech community, and I'm actually planning to take more sessions in the future as well. So really looking forward to this journey with the Pune Tech community, and I also thank all the guests today who have taken time from their busy schedule to join this session and encouraged me in this Azure journey. So thank you once again. In case if there is anything that you would like to share, please do let me know in the middle of my session or any time you want. And probably we will have an interaction on your take as well. And I would like this session to be more interactive and fun so that we all get to learn more about this speech service. So with that, let me move on to my introduction. My name is Arun Ramaswamy and I'm part of the company, Evident company. And I am basically an Azure consultant and we work on advising clients on migrating their existing on-prem infra to the Azure cloud infra. So that is my work profile, and apart from the usual work aspects, I also do a lot of blogging, taking sessions in such tech communities. Also, I post my articles in LinkedIn. So you can follow me on my LinkedIn profile to know more about the Azure service. So I am I mean, I'm an enthusiast, or you could say Azure enthusiast. So mostly my interactions will be on Microsoft Azure. So please do follow me on my LinkedIn profile. You can just scan the QR code here. Uh, Please do give me a request. I'll be more than happy to accept any request that comes in. Okay, so these are the few certifications that I've completed. So you, if you have any queries or concerns or anything that you would like to know about Azure services, please do feel to reach out to me. So with that, I'll be let me straight away jump into the session here. So as I mentioned, today's session will be more on the Azure Speech Service. And the agenda for today is like I'll be introducing the participants or the guests to the AI landscape in Azure platform. And, and also I'll be introducing the speech service and what are the what are its capabilities, with what capabilities are on offer, and how to work with Speech Studio. All these things I'll introduce in today's session. And also, I will also show you demo session on how you can use Python SDKs to interact with Azure Speech Services. There are a few, services or few capabilities that I have built. So I'll show you how we can, interact with Azure Speech Services using Python SDK. And also, I've used the same speech capabilities, and I have created a use case where it can help in inclusivity. Okay, so I'll explain more about what the use case is when I come to that use case part. Okay? And then finally, I'll throw it open, throw this session or the forum open to Q&A, where you can ask me any questions or clarifications that you might have. Okay. So with that, let me move on to the AI part. Okay. So to begin with, uh, I would like to take you through the AI landscape. Okay. So Azure actually provides a, a comprehensive AI, you know, uh, landscape, or you can say like, there are few capabilities or you know, services. There are quite a number of services that are provided by Azure within Azure AI landscape. Okay, so there are five different services that you have that you see here. Have Azure Speech Service, which I'll be covering today. You have language understanding or cognitive, say, clue, uh, which was used, which earlier was known as language understanding or Lewis. Okay, so these are basically like sentiment analysis, your speaker intent analysis. So all these things come under language. Okay, custom vision is nothing but the service which will help where you can use this service to deploy and train your model to identify custom objects. Say like you have pineapples, or you can use face APIs, or you can detect masks. Okay, so these are few use cases or few services that are offered by custom vision. Okay, and you have detection decision making, where you can use this service to pass a specific video, and you would like to mute few of those contents for vulgarity or any other offensive material. You can use this decision service to detect all those anomalies and take appropriate actions. Okay, and finally you have Azure OpenAI service. So OpenAI service is nothing but your one of the capabilities that you must have heard is ChatGPT. So that is one capability of OpenAI services. So there are lots and lots of services like summaries. You can even do question and answering, bot sessions. Like you can have OpenAI chat sessions. So all these are few capabilities that are currently offered by Azure OpenAI service. There is one more service that I would like to introduce you to. That is called form recognizer. Okay, so form recognizer is nothing but you use that service to extract and process document, extract details from a specific set. So it can be a standard template such as your driving license, your Aadhaar card, PAN card, all those things, vaccine card, anything that has a standard template. You can pass that document, or you can process that document, extract details from the those documents. Okay, and you can also pass in, or you can also do custom document processing, say like your lease agreements, right? So you don't have a specific template to it. Okay, you can pass, or you can use you can send the lease agreements to your Azure Cognitive Form Recognizer, and you can extract details from that. So these are few capabilities that are currently offered within Azure AI space. The best part of using these services is you don't need to know about machine learning or any other models, right? So these are all pre-trained models that you can basically utilize in your script or in your use case. Okay, so you don't really necessarily know about machine learning models, or the intricacies within, or any other neural networks, nothing like that. You simply fire the services in Azure, and you use that API endpoint to interact with that service. Okay? So it is as simple as that. All you need to know is the programming language. Okay, so any one programming language that you will need to know, and you can start using this service uh, within your Azure environment. Okay, so this is all about the AI space. So now coming to our topic for today, we will be talking about Azure Speech Service. Okay, so Azure Speech Service is nothing but you basically use that service to do translation, or you can say you can recognize the speech, right? So there are quite a few capabilities that can you can realize from this particular speech service. So you can actually do text to speech. You can do speech to text. You can do speech to speech translations. Okay, so these are few capabilities that you can do, and also you can do captioning. You can do call center analysis. You can do speaker recognition. So there are lots and lots of stuff that you can do with the help of this particular speech service. Okay, now so if first thing that you will need to do is if you want to work with speech studio, right, you will need to go to the speech as a speech service. You will need to go to speech.microsoft.com, which is where all the capabilities of this Azure speech services built in. Okay, so let me quickly log in. Uh, there you go. Now this speech studio is where you can work with all the speech service or speech service capabilities that are on offer from Microsoft. Okay, so if you go here, you see what are the capabilities. Speech capabilities.
Arun,
Sir,
sorry to bother you,
yeah.
but right now still we are seeing the PPT. If in case you are sharing the demo.
Okay, one moment. Let me
Yep.
share it, reshare it again. Sorry, my apologies. One moment. Let me know if it is visible now. I've shared my entire.
Yes. Now we can see Speech Studio. Yeah.
So you can see the teams now.
Yes.
Okay, no, I just wanted to ensure like I've shared my entire desktop. My apologies for that, nothing. Okay, yeah. So now, as I said, you will need to go to speech.microsoft.com. This is the Speech Studio URL. Okay, and this URL has all the capabilities that are offered by Azure Speech Service. Okay, so what Microsoft have done is for each of these AI speech service, they have created a separate studio. Okay. So for form recognizer, it has a form recognizer studio. For speech, you have speech studio. For decision, you have decision studio. Language, you have language studio. Each of these AI capabilities has its own studio. Okay, so once you go there, you will be able to see what are the capabilities on offer. Okay, so the first thing that I would like to show you is captioning with speech to text. Okay, so this is nothing but the speech to text capability that has been used to generate captions. Okay, or you can say subtitles. So I'll probably show you one demo. Okay, I have a video that I have, yeah, I have uploaded. Okay, so this is one of the video that I have recorded. Okay, so let's see how the captioning works. Okay, Nandip, if you could help me confirm if the audio is, available. Okay.
Oh, sorry, cannot hear the audio. Probably you need to reshare by sharing the system audio as well. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Include system audio. I'm including the entire desktop. Let me know. Hey folks, this is Arun here. I'm working as a lead consultant for Atos India in cloud technologies. This week, I'm conducting a workshop on Azure Bicep at the Microsoft Azure Group Chennai on the 21st of May. This workshop will cover topics such as why use Azure Bicep, how easy it is to code, build, and deploy your resources using Azure Bicep, and also how advantageous it is to use Bicep over your regular ARM JSON format. Okay. Now, so Nandip, you were able to hear it, right?
Yes. It was
Okay.
audible. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so this is how the caption works. So what has happened is uh, the speech studio or speech service. Okay, so it has extracted the audio from audio from this particular video format. It has converted it back to text using speech to text capability, and it has displayed that particular text message as a caption or subtitles. Okay, so this is what it has detected. Okay, so first time it says Aaron, second time it says Adam, and I think it has got my name wrong, but pretty much it has captured whatever words that I have actually spoken in that particular video. Okay, so this is one of the capabilities that the Speech Studio offers. So there will be few mistakes here and there. Okay, so that is because of how we pronounce our name and how uh, AI understands our pronunciation. Okay, so Microsoft has ensured that the speech service offered here is language neutral, or I should say slang neutral. Okay, so it will not, it should be able to identify people speaking in native English, or an Indian speaking in English, or a Britisher speaking in English. So it can understand, or it can grasp what is being spoken on that video without without any issues, or any how do I say uh, without any difference in the slang. Okay, so that is how that is the main focus of Microsoft here. Okay, so this is the how do I say? This is actually slang neutral. Okay, so you can actually try this at home. You can record yourself in a video, and then you can feed that video across to the Speech Studio, and it should be able to create a caption for it. And you can use this as a code. I mean, you can basically use this as a SDK as well. Okay, so all you have to do is copy this particular source code here. Okay, so you can use this source code or code snippet to have it as a runtime. Okay, you can even use to watch your own favorite movie with a subtitle. Okay, it will help generate a subtitle for you. So all you have to do is copy this code, use your own favorite IDE, run it, and then it should be able to listen to the uh, videos or voice command, and it will create the text, okay, speech to text values. Okay, so that this is how the uh, captions work. Okay, and this is like a post call transcription, wherein this is specifically used in call center. So what you can actually do is you can record a telephonic conversation that you have had, and you can feed it to this particular data here, feed it to this capability or service, and this will create a speech to text, or it will basically create conversation. Okay, so it will be able to identify the speakers using the conversation that was using the audio files that you have fed here. Okay, so let's just check out how it works.
Good afternoon. This is Sam. Thank you for calling Contessa. How may I help?
Hi there, my name is Mary. I'm currently living in Los Angeles, but I'm planning to move to Las Vegas, and I would like to apply for a loan.
Okay, I see you're currently living in California. Let me make sure I understand you correctly. You'd like to apply for a loan even though you'll be moving soon. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. So I'm planning to relocate soon, but I would like to apply for the loan first so that I can purchase a new home once I move there.
And are you planning to sell your current home?
Yes, I will be listing it on the market soon, and hopefully it'll sell quickly. That's why I'm applying for a loan now, so that I can purchase a new house in Nevada and close on it quickly as well once my current home sells.
I see. Would you mind holding for a moment while I take your information down?
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for your help.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now you listened how the two Native Americans spoke, right? So the speech service was able to capture their voice, and it has converted into text here. Okay, so this is what the conversations conspired. I mean, how the conversation took place between two speakers. Okay, so if you see on the left, it basically has sentiments as well. Okay, so based on the tone or the words that have been spoken. Okay, so this particular service has identified the sentiment in the speech. Okay, so it has said positive, neutral, neutral, neutral. So you could use this service, okay, to understand or gauge the sentiment of the speaker. Okay, and this sentiment will help in communicating or connecting with the speakers. Normally in call centers, as you would know, you are basically providing customer service. So once you know the sentiment or the mood of the speaker or uh, your conversion, okay, whomever you are conversing with, your customer sentiment, okay, it is that easier to connect with them. Okay, so this particular speech service will help identify the sentiments in the speaker voice. Okay, so that is how useful this service is. So if you can, if you have conversation, recorded conversation with you, you could basically feed that conversation to this calls or analytics service, and it will help you identify the sentiments. Okay, so you can use this for sentiment analysis as well. Okay, so this is one more capability provided by speech. Okay, so pre-trained models. Okay, so the next one that I would like to take you through is speech to text. Okay, speech to text is nothing but the voice that you have provided, right? So you speak into the microphone, uh, the speech service listens to your voice, and it will convert the speech into text. Okay, so I have a demo here. Let me quickly show you. Speech to text. Okay, so that is nothing but speaker recognition. Run this. Welcome to Pune Tech Community. Okay, so if you see here, uh, the service has identified my voice, or it has listened to my voice. In the background, it has tried to extract the words from my voice, and it has converted it into text message. And that text message is what you are seeing in the recognized output. Okay, so which says welcome to Tech. So that is the basic premise of this particular speech to text. Okay, custom speech is nothing but your own custom data. Okay, but thing is, you will need to have specific rights here. Microsoft doesn't. I mean, you will need to raise access for this. So, but how it works is, I mean, you will have a specific transcript that you can speak out. Okay, and you can. I mean, this speech service will listen to it, and it will convert that speech into a text format, and it will also highlight what are the mistakes here. Okay, what sort of pronunciation, what pronunciation it thought, and what pronunciation it needs to be. So basically it provides word error rate. That is like uh, it may basically says how what pronunciation you got wrong, or how it needs to be pronounced. So those word error rate will be identified by this particular speech service, speech to text service. Okay, so you can use this service to actually have a pronunciation test. Okay, so you can use this in pronunciation assessment. Okay, so what you can actually do is you can simply say, see, I'm basically going to read this particular script here. Okay, and it is going to show me what is the assessment result. Okay, now let's see how it works. Today was a beautiful day. We had a great time taking a long walk outside in the morning. The countryside was in full bloom, yet the air was crisp and cold. Towards the end of the day, clouds came in, forecasting much needed rain. Let's see how it works. Today was a beautiful day. We had a great time taking a long walk outside in the morning. The countryside was in full bloom, yet the air was crisp and cold. Towards the end of the day, clouds came in, forecasting much needed rain. Okay, so this rain, it did not understand, or probably it says I got it wrong. Okay, okay, so it says mispronunciations here. Okay, so this is my pronunciation score. I got 92% of the pronunciation correct. Accuracy is 98, fluency is 88, and completeness score is 98. Okay, because I got this rain wrong. So this is how you can actually have your pronunciation improve in basic English. Okay, so you can use this tool as a in your daily life, or you can even work with your kids. You can actually ask them to read out a script, and you can work out the pronunciation score. So this is one more capability of, or one proper use case of speech to text. Okay, so you can use speech to text for pronunciation. Okay. Now let me move on to the next capability. Okay. So we saw speech to text. The next is the reverse. Okay, you can say text to speech. Okay, so text to speech is nothing but you type a word, okay, and the speech service converts it, or converts the text into speech. So let's see how it works. So I have a speech program written here. Okay, so I have something called as Manohar neutral. I want this voice to be an Indian voice. Okay, I've given this. I'll show you how you can choose. Okay, all these things I'll show you. Okay, first let me show you how this works.
Welcome to Pune Tech Community.
Okay, so you actually heard it. So this speech service has converted the text format or text message into a voice format. I can actually choose which voice I want to listen to. Okay, so now coming to this speech studio, I'll take you through this code one by one later. Okay, so I'll show you how to create the service, and how to deploy the resource. Okay, and how you can work with the SDKs. Okay, so now if you click on this, you have what is called as voice catalog. Okay, so this is something like you have this. Yeah, these are the voice. This is something called as voice gallery. Okay, so you can actually choose which voice you want to hear your words with. Okay, now this is, let's just see how it works.
Many think that the people you list as references are already queued to say nice things about you, and there are so many other ways to get information about a candidate now.
Right. So this is the female named as Jenny. Okay. So this is actually an AI voice. So they've named it as Jenny. Right. So this is how you can actually choose which voice that you would like to hear. Okay. So I've chosen Manohar. Let's just see what Indian voice it has in offer. Okay, let's see if there are any Indian. English, India. So there are, if you see, there are two voices here. So this is Nirja.
How about coming to the barbecue at the tennis club?
Right, and this is Prabhat. So you can actually choose which voice.
Sometimes you can see snow on the mountains.
And this is exactly what you had heard here. Okay. So now you can actually choose, as I've shown you, you can choose which voice you would like to actually listen to. Okay. So right now, this is in preview mode. Okay, and it is only available in East US, West Europe, and Southeast Asia. Okay, so your service has to be in any of these three service or three regions for it to work. Currently, they have only put or they have only made this available to three regions. Okay, so this is text to speech. Okay, and you can also have your own neural voice or your own voice recorder. Okay, but you will again need to have your access to listen to it. Okay, or you can even have your own voice trained and deployed within Azure environment, and you can use that voice to listen to all the speech service. Okay, you can make that as the voice of the speech service. Okay, so coming to this third use case, I mean these are the main use cases. Okay, and you have voice assistants where you can actually see I mean what sort of you can create a project here, you can do all these you can have pre-trained or pre-recorded commands that you would like to use or you would want to work with here. Okay, so you can create a project and you can work around. Okay, so that is actually for voice assistant. So you again need access to these. Now, these are few capabilities that have been provided by Microsoft. Okay. Now, coming to our main, so the third part, now that you've been introduced to these capabilities, I would like to show you how you can interact with the service programmatically. Okay, so my choice of program or programmatic language is Python, but you have option to code this or use this, use .NET, Java. Okay, you can use C++, you can use C Sharp. You have multiple choices. You can use your own programmatic language, and you can use that language to communicate with the speech service. Okay. So the first thing that you would need to communicate is Azure Cognitive Services dot speech language. Okay, so this library provides you with all the methods to work with speech language. So the first step that you will have to do is go to Microsoft Azure. Okay, search for speech services and create a specific speech service. Okay, so you will have to first fire up a speech service in your Azure portal. Okay, or Azure platform, and then use the keys there. Okay, to use the speech service endpoint to communicate with the specific speech service. Okay, so now I have actually created this speech service, but I'll show you how to create it. Okay, so first of all, you will need to have a subscription. If you want to create any resources within the Azure environment, you will need a you will need a subscription. Without any subscription, it is impossible for you to create any resources. It can be free subscription, it can be pay as you go subscription, it can be enterprise. I'm having MSDN. You can even have Visual Studio subscription. You can have any type of subscription for the Azure platform, but you will need to have some sort of subscription. Okay, so now that is done, create a resource group. I've already have a resource group created called TR, test resource group. But if you want to create, you can simply give a name here and it will create the resource group for you. Okay. Now, currently, voice is actually, as I said, voice is uh, this speech service is specific to only few regions. Okay, so these are the regions that support voice. Okay, so based on your country, please choose the region which is closer to you. Okay, so I've chosen the default East US, okay, because that is where most of the Azure services are available. And you can simply give a name here, my custom speech service. Okay, let's see if this is already taken. So I can give the name here, okay, and you can choose a pricing tab. Okay, so if I choose standard, it is going to restrict. You can just simply click here to understand the pricing model. Okay, so standard, if I say, uh, it will be, you can actually have 5 audio hours free per month, and so there are custom billing as well, because that will come under a different subscription. So for me, I've used free service here. So I don't want standard, I'll just use free service. So this is actually free of cost and will not cost you any money from your account. But again, since it is free, it will actually come with few restrictions. Okay, so this is how you create a speech service. So I've already created one for you. What you will need to do is, once this speech service is created, just go to that speech service that you have already created, click on it, go to that resource and click on keys and endpoint. Okay, so this is how you will communicate, or you will interact with the service over the internet. Okay, so you will use this endpoint and key in your program. Okay, and you will interact with that, with the service. Okay, so you copy this key, okay, and you put it in your environment variables. Okay. So now if you go here, all you have to do is click on environment variable and you set up all your keys here. Okay, so once you do that, close this video or close this Visual Studio code and then reopen it, so that the environment, the newly added environment variables are available to this particular session. Okay, now I've saved it in my environment variables, and I am using this OS library to read my environment variables. And I'm also getting the region. This is how you will work with speech. Okay, now I'm using this speech as this library here. Okay, Azure Cognitive Services speech library. There is a specific class called speech recognizer, which is going to create an object for this particular speech module. Okay, so I'm using this library to create an object, and using that object, I am going to work or interact with the speech speech service. Okay, so I'm using this object here. I'm saying recognized once, which means it is not going to be a continuous audio input. It is going to be a single audio input, which will be done as a batch. Okay, so it will listen for any gap within your speech, and based on that, it is going to take it as input. Okay, so this speaks recognizer, this it will store it in result here. Okay, so result is nothing but your output. Okay, your speech recognition output, speech recognition result. Okay, so that is the variable type result. Okay, so you use this result to remove the text or extract the text. So all you have to do is result.text will give you the text or your converted or audio to text format. Okay, so that value is stored in result.text. This is like dictionary, you could say. Okay. So you're simply saying result.text, and you are output, or you're basically showing this output in the standard output or your terminal here. Okay, so that is what is sent as recognized here. Okay, welcome to Pune Tech Community. So that is what I had spoken, and or this is like text to speech, right? Enter some text. Yeah, this is text to speech. I just gave this text value and it converted it into speaker. Okay, so let me run this speaker recognition now. So this result.text will have that text input. Okay. Now can actually have the other conditions as well, where no speaker or no speech was recognized. All those details can, or all those exception or all those conditions can be handled here. Okay, so these are few variables that are populated within this result, uh, speech result variable. Okay, so let me run this. Welcome to Pune Tech Community. Yeah, so it has recognized my voice and it has converted it into text. Okay, so this is how your text works. Okay, now the next is text to speech. As I mentioned, you can, or as I ran it last time. So the same concept here. You basically use the you can use the same speech service that you had fired up. Okay, and this time, because you are actually speaking, it needs to or rather it needs to speak, right? So I'm converting it into text to voice. So I am using my default computer speaker, okay, to output the voice. You can actually pass it, or you can use this, or you can output this voice to another medium. Okay, since I don't have any requirement there, I'm simply using my speaker as the output format. So I'm giving this use default speaker as the output for audio, I mean text to audio converter. Okay, so I'm using the same speech SDK library, and it has a library called audio on output config that will configure your output for you. Okay, and I am using this voice name called MRIN Manohar Neural. Okay, so if you want to know what are the values, or what are the uh, languages that are supported. Okay, so let me open this text to speech. If you go here, you will actually see the languages supported. Language. Right. This basically talks about everything that you would like to know about the speech service. You can use this to check what is or how you would like to use your speech service. Okay, so the language and voice support. Okay, so you can come here, you can list out the voice that are supported, right? So if you see here, text to speech voices is like I just have to use this, right? If I want to use Arabic, right? So all I have to do is copy this name. Okay, so Ali is male, Laila is female. You can simply go through the list of languages that are currently supported. Okay, so I've just used English India, and I have given that name here. Okay, so this is what you see, MRIN. The MR is nothing but Mr. IN India Manohar Neural. Manohar is the name of that voice. basically. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, you can. I want to use this. Let me how it works. Text to speech, right? Let me run this.
Welcome to Pune.
Right. So this one is probably giving problems because of the threshold here. Okay. So yeah, pretty much this is how you actually use text to speech. Okay. So you can list out, or you can have a list have a look at what kind of voice that you would like to listen to, and just use that in your program. Okay. So that is text to speech, and this is speech to text. So now the next service that I would like to introduce you to is text to speech, speech to speech translation. So I am going to translate from one language to another. Okay, so I'm specifying it using this from language and to language. So if you see here, I am using English, or I'm using or translating from English to Tamil. Now, if you want to see speech translation, you can list, or you can utter the values that are currently provided. Let's see Marathi, MR. Okay, MR stands for Marathi. So Nandeep, just let me help me guys if the translation is correct. Okay, so let me run this. Welcome to Pune Tech Community. Yeah. So
Yeah,
what
it's correct.
it's correct, right? I don't know. I don't know what it has written. Okay. So yeah, so this has actually converted. Okay. So it has converted from English to Pune. Okay. So it has recognized this and it has converted to Pune here. Okay. So this is actually say speech to it is meant to be actually speech to speech, or it basically it is not. Yeah. Okay. Now speech to yeah. And this is like translation. Okay. Let's see what it does. Speech recognition in target language English. Okay. So it is going to convert. Let's see if it is going to convert. Pune Tech Community ಗೆ ನಲ್ವರೆಗೆ. I think it does not. Okay, so I said welcome to Pune Tech Community, but I think it has not been able to understand my language. Okay, so it has actually said Phone Day Community. So I mean, so this is how you use this particular speech language. Okay, so you can use this for translation. Okay. So when I say use cases, right, you can simply use this in your, you can, if you have any application that runs on map, right, or if you have any applications that basically gives directions to people, or it interact with interact with end customers, you can integrate this particular service into that application. Okay, so that the end customer gets to hear the instructions or any output in the language of his choice. Okay, so this is how I wanted to actually add inclusivity here. Okay, so this is like this is one of the use cases where you can use the text to or speech translation service. Okay, now to the final part, I have created one application. Okay, so this was supposed to be in a local language, but I somehow accidentally deleted that. So I've just created this in English language for now. But I'll give you or I'll tell you how you can work this out in the how you can modify it to your own language. Okay. So first, let me give you a demo as to what it is. Give us a brief background on Microsoft Inclusivity.
Microsoft has long been a leader in gender and racial equality. In 1975, Microsoft's first diversity director was hired, a female, setting the standard for other technology companies. Microsoft has been committed to expanding its inclusivity further since then and today remains one of the most racially and gender diverse employers in the technology industry. Microsoft was one of the first tech companies to create a program for disabled employees and to offer telecommuting and flexible scheduling options for working mothers.
Right, stop. Okay, now if you actually had heard, so what I have done is, or what this program does is, so it uses speech to text capability, okay, and that text is being passed to an OpenAI service. I've used Azure OpenAI, okay, I fired up an Azure OpenAI service and I've used that to basically create a conversation chat, okay, or you can say chat with OpenAI or chat with OpenAI capability. Okay, so what this application does is it will actually take in your own uh, your command or your request in your own language, okay, and it interacts with OpenAI, okay, and the output from OpenAI, which is a text message, as you can see on the screen, yeah. So this text message is then converted into again your own local language using the text to speech translation. Okay, so you can use that service to convert it into your own language, and you are outputting or you are basically giving that output in the language of the speaker. Okay, so this is one of the interesting use case that I come across, okay, that I wanted to actually show you, or this is one of the capabilities of this particular OpenAI service. Okay, now why I'm mentioning this service is you actually have the use case that I see for this particular application is you have an information center. Okay, say basically if you have gone to on-site or abroad, every tourist attraction, right? It has some sort of information, visitor information. Okay, or say you can say like information booth. Okay, so the visitor there, you can visit that information booth, basically ask them questions, and they will provide you the answers. Okay, so you don't necessarily need to know English, right? Like if I'm going to US, you don't necessarily need to know English to gather information about that particular tourist attraction. Okay, you can simply use this particular application. Okay, you can integrate it with the program there. Okay, like a large desktop. So users there can go there. Users can visit that information group, select the language that they would like to hear or speak in, and use the language option here provided by the text to speech and speech to text translation service, and listen to the voice in the language that they can understand. Okay, so this is one of the one such interesting use case that I could think about. Okay, and you can also extend this to people with visual challenges. Okay, for someone who is not able to, or someone who is not able to see, right? They can basically speak into the speaker and get the information that they were looking for. So you can also extend it to people with who don't have much you who don't have capability to speak in English, right? So you can they can actually converse in their own language or in their native language and get the same information, relate back to them in their own language or in a language that they can understand. Okay, so this is like a very broad use case that I was able to think about. Okay, so with the OpenAI, right, this capability has been really blown up. Okay, so you can actually use summaries, you can actually do question and answers, you can build a Q&A bot, you can do chat bot, you can actually create your own uh, voice contents, or you can simply use like I've showed you the caption, right? Video captioning. So you can actually create or use this specific speech to text translation to convert the English speech into a language that you would understand, say a Marathi or a Tamil or a Hindi or any language that or any language of your choice. So with this OpenAI or with this particular service, right, it has basically blown up, or it has opened the entire AI speech, or probably taken this is Microsoft has probably taken the common man to a wider range of capabilities. Okay, so you can think about any variable, any sort of from a from an inclusive point of view, you can use this for translations, or you can use this for captions, you can use this as a voice, right, for the non-English speaking community. So it has n number of possibilities. Okay, so all these programming languages, I'll put them in my GitHub. Okay, I'll paste the GitHub link as well in the chat window. Okay, so I'll put all the source codes there. You can use the source code and you can play around. Okay, you can come up with your own ideas. So my main motive is to open up open up the community folks to the capabilities of speech as you speech service, and you can use the speech service to basically help give back to the community. Okay, so yeah, with this, I think I'll complete my presentation for today. Okay, so I've done whatever I wanted to actually share with you. So I'll throw this forum for Q&As. Okay, so any Q&A that you would like to speak or that I would like to have, please do let me know.